Hello, Amber. Nice work. Okay, I'm just reading through your writing here. Yeah, definitely. This is a this is good work. Very nice. This is fantastic. It's coming out beautifully. I think the really interesting thing here is to understand that, as a designer, you're going to get tasked at different times during your career of making color choices and employing color choices that you don't necessarily agree with. And that's part of it. And sometimes a designer is, it's baffling to us that maybe somebody would want to choose a warm color scheme for a piece like this. And I'm just using that as an example. But it's up to us to make it work. And that's all we really need to do. We need to make it work. We can't question the decisions of our art directors, our creative directors, or our clients. All we can do is take what we are tasked to do and make it work, right? So I think that these are really good studies in that respect. Um, Love the little pops of color in the cool color scheme. That's pretty good. I love it. Love it. I agree though. This is the most compelling. And I think it's the most compelling because it displays a sense of realism, but it also has a couple of things I think are really interesting. Now I can see, I'm not real sure how this color plays out. If this is a gradient that goes from brown to blue, like the other gradients, light blue, but you've got these kind of, like this is orange to yellow, right? But it's really difficult. I'm believing that background is brown to blue, which is really cool, and I'll get into that in a second. I highly recommend removing this box from the background. It's separating the type from the image. It's creating creating a degree of separation that we don't want. We want the type to work in a symbiotic relationship with the background. We don't want to have a background and then have kind of like type just pasted over the top of it. You see what I'm saying? We want a nice relationship between the two. And this box right here is creating almost like this effect where you just kind of plop the type over this gorgeous background composition. I highly recommend. Here's the difference right here. See how the type is beautifully incorporated with the composition here? And I mean, there's some issues with colors running together and creating secondary and tertiary shapes. But I'm not referring to that. I'm just referring to the organic nature of comparing the type to the background that we don't have here, here, or here, because these three have these boxes, right? I would remove that box. I think the background color here is very interesting because it kind of mimics sand meets sea. So we have this brown gradating to blue, which mimics sand to sea, right? And that is highly conceptually comparative or highly conceptually cohesive with the subject and what's going on and the way you described this and set up the whole sea turtle concept, right? So I would remove that background, and I think this is definitely your choice. So this is a natural color scheme, right? That doesn't mean you can't accent color in here. I would recommend, see how you pop some colors in here, and I'm not saying change the color of any shells or maybe even these little swirls, maybe just a pop of color in there. But I think this is definitely your answer. It's beautiful and it's very, very well done. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But very, very good work. Thanks, Amber.